It's the Infinite Podcast. Go tell your friends. It's the Infinite Podcast. My God, it never ends. It's the Infinite Podcast with Rob and Court the Q.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Project Infinite Podcast. The podcast.
Where are you from, Boston? The podcast.
The
podcast. And I guess today is going to be Casey Affleck.
Yeah, we got him on. Who was that? Who was that third person?
It wasn't me. It wasn't Court.
Podcast covering the ever-expanding and infinite multiverse of fandom for movies, comics, TV shows, video games. We've got you covered. I'm Rob. Court already said stuff, so yeah. He's here.
You meant Court and Boston Court.
his alter ego. Yeah, what are we doing this week? We're talking about Marvel and DC stuff because we had the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection released this past week, and it's been a collection that has been several years in the making. Many of these games have not been able to be played on modern or any consoles for many, many years due to litigation basically between Marvel and Capcom, where, you know, Marvel was like, that was fun, but go away now, please. And then, shout out a lot of credit to a lot of different people in the fighting game community that kept Marvel vs. Capcom alive. One of my personal favorites, Maximilian Dude, has been all over the internet, all over Twitch, YouTube for years. Popularized the hashtag revive MVC2, and we finally got it. It's finally back. Came with a bunch of different Marvel and Capcom games: X-Men Children of the Atom, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Marvel Superheroes, Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter, and of course Marvel vs. Capcom 1 and Marvel vs. Capcom 2, all part of this collection. I've played a little bit of it, and it's a blast, man. It really is. Just not even necessarily diving into the online stuff, but just, seeing these characters back, especially with like X-Men 97 just came out. So like the X-Men are kind of at people's forefronts right now. And it's super sick. Like the last Marvel vs. Capcom game I played was Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. And that was fun, but nothing quite captures the magic as those 90s, pixelated characters, doing cool stuff. So, inspired by that idea, we are going to do a little Marvel versus of our own, and we are going to do something that people have always wanted to see, especially in video game form, and that is Marvel versus DC. I think Ed Boon, one of the directors at NetherRealm, has been hinting at, in the past that NetherRealm could potentially maybe do a Marvel versus DC thing. I can't imagine. I just can't imagine it.
The infinitely tall task to even think about doing that. And we're not even talking movies, television, for a video game. And it would be astronomical that they can
The closest we've ever gotten is in Fortnite.
Yeah, true. Even Fortnite probably won't try to go bankrupt trying to do that too.
So we're going to do a little Marvel vs. Capcom style, Marvel vs. DC kind of a arena bit. We're each going to take teams of 3 into battle and try to
into battle world,
and essentially we're going to use the Marvel characters that are represented in the Marvel vs. Capcom franchise and the DC characters represented in Injustice, because those are the two kind of main fighting games that we have groundings for all of these characters. And the Injustice roster, much bigger than I thought it was when I compiled this list.
Yep, that's what Scoutmaster Kevin used to say.
Come on, man.
Sorry.
So we're going to do that. I'll explain the rules when we get to that. But we do have some news, starting with the Emmys, which we'll probably dive into a little more in depth maybe next week. But we did have to highlight a couple of things, including the Bear. Yeah. So the Bear won big on the comedy. On
the comedy front, and it's I think the original intent from season 1 was, this is going to be kind of like a very super dry, in the same way that Barry operates, but the one thing about story is the dictator of story is life. It's not comedy or drama, it's life itself. And I think the Bear really dipped into that, especially in season 2 and season 3. And it's funny, I was watching some breakdowns of season 3, episode 1, which I think is one of the best episodes of television. I think that episode, it's essentially a 30-minute cinematic anthology for Carmi, which, and a show for the main character we hadn't gotten before. And I think that, can't believe they still took the swing. But, any criticisms about season 3, you know, I kind of brush them off my shoulder because that is still one of the best running television shows. I mean, as a current run, that's my favorite television show that's on TV right now. I think it is. It's a visual masterpiece. It's storytelling. It's redemption storytelling at its finest. It is the definition of prestige TV. It is incredible. You know, so be it that it's in the comedy category. We're going to get to why I'm a little glad that it's in the comedy category in a little bit. But I mean, just the work that they're doing on that show, it's phenomenal. I mean, the acting on that show is just, it is the top shelf that you can find. I mean, it is some of the best television that you will see. Like I said, I think when that show's over, we're going to call that show in the same breath as like your Wires and your Sopranos and your Breaking Bads. Like The Bear is currently running right now. It's like, that's like The Bear comes out and people stop. And you only get so few shows like that in your lifetime where people stop. I think The Bear is on that list.
Yeah. It cleaned up, you know, for lack of a better word. I mean, acting wise, they swept. I know, obviously, I mean, Bernthal won last week in the kind of like the Emmys,
right?
Like pre-Emmys.
The pre-Emmys, yep.
And then obviously, you know, Jeremy Allen White, Evan Boss Baccarat, just great all around from them, man. But you did allude to the fact that, you know, the Bear's always been in this weird flux state between comedy and drama, and they good thing it cleared out this year, right, at least for drama series, because Shogun, obviously the big winner here, 18 awards, the single best, you know, awarded TV show of all time in the Emmys, for a single season of television, and man, just out from top down. So won best drama, best directing, best sound mixing, sound editing, picture editing, cinematography, period costumes, main title design, production design, prosthetic makeup, stunt performance, casting for a drama, special visual effects, period makeup, period hairstyling, and then, you know, obviously the acting ones for Anna Sawai and Hiroki Sanada. And Nestor Cabanel won for best guest actor in a drama, which you know, Rodriguez is a character that I think went kind of under the radar in Shogun, you know, a character that we didn't talk about a lot, but when we talked about Shogun for, I think that episode was almost like 3.5 hours, we talked about that show, and this is why.
Right. I mean, that was was that our longest episode we'd ever had?
Yeah.
I mean, I cannot say enough about Shogun. Like there's not enough words in the English vocabulary or the English language to describe how just phenomenal that show was, top to bottom. I mean, you're talking intrigue week to week, and you always get the sense, and it's funny that X-Men 97 kind of had that same thing where people started talking about it, and then you tune in and it's immediate, and you're like, oh, this. Yep. I came for exactly what I did. You want to talk about The Bear being a visual masterpiece? I mean, I kind of became somewhat obsessed with the cinematography for Shogun. Like, you know, they were using those anamorphics. Like, a lot of people were talking about, oh, the edges look out of focus. I was like, you should learn how lenses work. You should learn what's the difference between an anamorphic and a spherical lens. And the attention to detail in that show is phenomenal. I mean, FX spent money on that show. They spent a lot of money on that show, and
for years.
Yeah, pre-pandemic, they were making the show.
They spent so much money on it and so much time on it that they had to. We talked about this in the episode. Like, they had to send Hiroki Sanada out to do basically like
something.
Yeah. Just film something to keep the rights, because it was taking so long to film. And, you know, I think Sanada said it in his acceptance speech, like Disney and FX like took a chance on them, and stuck with it, you know, and now obviously reaping the benefits.
Yeah, I mean, it's so, like, how cool to see, you know, this show that easily could have toppled at any point from 2017 or 2018, all the way to 2024, a show that easily could have fell through the waist and never been made, or, you know, the quality could have dipped, but you can, and it's always what we say, it's not about the thing, it's about your personnel on the thing. Like, your personnel was so tight, and they believed from that point. You know, some people may not have, but they did. They believed all the way up until that show came out, and again, to your point, look at the, you know, you reap the benefits. You are the most decorated television show in history.
For a single season.
That's just, it's incredible. So, obviously, this show's going to get another season as well, too.
Much to the surprise of everyone. But, you know, all the main players are still on board. Obviously, those who survive
Right.
Shogun season 1. So
Right.
unfortunately, we won't. I mean, unless they do bring Anna Sawai back in some sort of
flashback sense
or something.
Right.
But I mean, just the two major points I want to cover are the two actors that took home the awards. Anna Sawai, who's kind of like Shogun was kind of like her. It's her breakout. You know what I mean? Like,
I think she's gonna she's going.
This is it. Yeah.
People are going to be chomping. Like, studios are going to be chomping at the bits to get her in any project they can get her in.
Yeah, I mean, she was incredible. In Shogun as Mariko. Like, just the layers and the dimensionality of that character. That you just chart all the way up to episode 9 are incredible. Like, she's so magnetic, and you're just.
You want to talk about a show you have to believe in as well, too, because I talk about simplicities in storytelling, but the complexities of that show are so intriguing. And again, that's why that visual sense is so important, to keep people visually engaged the whole time. And they knew when to push and when to pull. They knew when to go and when to stop. Like, that's one of the biggest pieces of why that show works so well.
And I can't stress this enough either. Like, because I'm assuming, people have watched that show, but like, people like us were kind of like late to the game, and now there are going to be people now that are even later to the game, because of all the recognition that it's getting. I would strongly encourage anyone who wants to dip in the Shogun to just watch it with the Japanese language and the English subtitles. Cause I think, looking back on it, that's such an important part of the show. Like, you can watch it dubbed, but you lose so much of the performances of the Asian cast, but also just the kind of one of the points of the show,
right,
as it relates to the Blackthorn Mariko stuff.
Right.
We talked about in that last episode of episode 10 that there's that hanging shot of Blackthorn with
his wife,
with Fuji, and they frame it with Mariko not there, and him and Fuji kind of have like this base communication going, and Blackthorn just says in Japanese, he says, "No translator."
Right.
And you're just like, ouch.
And I'm thinking about the moment with Mariko and her husband as well. Like, the show is, for lack of a better term, sublime. Like, this is a sublime experience that you're witnessing as you're watching the show. I mean, like I said, you can count them on like a hand, 2 hands maybe, of like shows that are operating this seamlessly, but also have this much, substance to them as well, too. Because it's easy to fall. It's easy to kind of slip. This show it's not that it doesn't slip. It refuses to slip.
Yeah, and that was like the thing I was waiting for, to be honest. Like, watching the first few episodes, I'm like, especially after the first 2, you're like, they're not going to be able to keep this up, right? For 10 episodes, and then each episode just built upon the last and built upon the last.
When did you know that show was something? I have a specific point when I knew that show was on to something. I
mean, for me, like, not even a specific episode, but just a specific moment. It's the first conversation between Blackthorn and Toranaga.
Yep, that was the same one I was going to... This is when I knew that their filmmaking was at another level. When they were intercutting the Japanese with him talking, with Blackthorn talking, and he was kind of drawing out the map for them. Like, that's when I knew that show was on to something. They truthfully were on to something.
And that encapsulates, like, that...
The moment Yabushige showed up?
Yeah.
Our channel favorite, Yabushige?
But I mean, that moment, that scene really encapsulates, like, when you run down the list of awards that it won.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, that scene really encapsulates all of it the music in that scene is incredible.
Yeah, the score itself for the whole show is just phenomenal. I mean, Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross scored this show as well, too.
Like, when Blackthorn starts talking about, the Portuguese, like, plans and the gun running bases, and, like, the score starts to kind of swell a bit, and then, you start to see like what Toranaga's kind of about, but you also get to see this different gear in Blackthorn that you hadn't seen to that point in the show.
I mean, I can't stress enough how great Cosmo Jarvis is, like, how incredible, and, he very much, too, could have won an award last night. Like, that's just how great he was, too.
Like, that bit when he... The exchange when he, when he says the stuff about the Portuguese trying to take over Japan, and Mariko says, do you swear by your God? And he goes, yeah, yes, I do. And then when Toranaga says to him in Japanese, he says, tell the engine to abandon this fight. Like, he he's outnumbered, he's outgunned, he should go home. And then Blackthorn says, you know, the famous line that Toranaga echoes in the finale, unless I win.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's the moment that those two kind of like, Toranaga's like, okay, like there's something to this character or to this guy. And then it's just the complexity of all those characters. Like you end the show and you're just like, wait, is Toranaga a good guy?
Right.
Or like, what's the deal here? And, again, you know, I wanted to circle back to Sonata, you know, talking about how this award for Anna Sawai is kind of like her ascent, but for Sonata, it's like this validation.
Sure.
For this guy that's been in Hollywood, you know, one of the, you know, first Japanese actors to come over here to start acting in Hollywood and became, you know, he's kind of like the godfather for a lot of, you know, Asian actors. And this is his first Emmy win. And we talked about how, particularly in the last few years, between Mortal Kombat and John Wick and this, like he's finally getting that mainstream recognition. Sure. And it all culminates with this show that is now, you know, as it heads into a second and third season, is really going to be on his back.
Yeah.
And I think he's more than up for it.
Right.
You know, you could tell, like, just in his speech, how much this particular show meant to him for his career.
Right. I mean, what a production, what a show. Shout out FX and Disney for, like they said in the speech, giving them a chance.
Yeah. And now they have what they have, and I mean, we'll see. Of course, there's reason to be cautious for future seasons of the show. I mean, it's going to be a lot of challenges.
I am a little bit, but but after a season like that, and we always say it, if you keep the same dogs in the race, I have no reason. You've shown me that I shouldn't be nervous. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I totally agree. So shout out Shogun, shout out the Bear, shout out all the winners. We'll talk, like I said, we'll talk about more Emmy stuff probably next week. But now we got a segment that is your Court's Movie Corner.
Yeah, of course.
We got a lot of movie news.
Yeah, to
talk about.
Yeah, so first things first, Steven Spielberg, he's back. He did his family trauma. Now he's making a UFO movie. How Steven Spielberg of him?
It is very Steven Spielberg of him.
It is very Steven Spielberg of him. I mean, I'm very much looking forward. As soon as I heard this movie, I know Emily Blunt is kind of committed to this movie as well too. I feel like, I mean, at this point in her career, that's this might be a huge win for her, getting Steven Spielberg with him too. And it just shows, like, you know, Spielberg makes a movie, Scorsese makes who did I say? Spielberg, Cameron, Scorsese, and Tarantino. Like, 2019 was the year where they were like, oh, you guys must have forgot that we are the godfathers of this. And, you know, Spielberg is no stranger to that. So the big news is that Coleman Domingo also joined this cast. And I don't know who Coleman Domingo's agent is. But the type of timing Coleman Domingo's been on, I mean, there's a very legitimate chance Coleman Domingo might win his first Oscar this year for Sing Sing, which I am super excited to see. So at this point, this cast has Emily Blunt, Coleman Domingo, Colin Firth, and Eve Hewson. So I know I forget his name from Challengers. He also was in talks to be in this. I don't know if it fell through for him though, but I mean, I'm super looking forward to this movie. I mean, obviously it's going to invoke a little bit of Close Encounters of the Third Kind. But I mean, I want to know tone. I want to know what type of tone he's picking. I want to know if he wants to go a little bit more horror inspired, you know, go dip back into his past of like the Jaws days. I don't know if he wants to go a little bit more inspired. A piece of me feels like he's going to go a little bit more modern for himself, especially adding Emily Blunt. I don't know what something screams Jaws type horror to me for that. So we shall see. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, it's super exciting. I mean, again, like you said, he's in a world where directors don't have as much star appeal as actors. Like you said, Spielberg is one of those names that, like, you know, the like time stops so people can go see what he's cooking up, because he's, you know, arguably the greatest filmmaker who's ever lived. I mean, that's not even hyperbole.
No,
like, that's you could look at it as almost a fact. So, and, you know, for him to return, you know, to be returning to some type of sci-fi, but be it more horror or anything like that. I mean, that, like you said, it's kind of neat. Like, obviously he has range,
right? But
I mean, you know, when you talk about like just his sci-fi stuff that he's directed, you know, E.T.
Yeah.
And then, just Close Encounters of the Third Kind, like you mentioned. Like, there's just so much there. I mean, I'm ready.
Me too.
I'm ready for it.
Yeah, I want that type of Spielberg back, especially after the Fabelmans, like the emotional totality of the Fabelmans and, how intimate that a type of movie like that is. Like, I think he's ready to get back into the saddle for this big budget production.
Yep.
And I mean, it's not hyperbole what you said about him. He is, you want to talk about influential, like, if you want to go one day we're just going to do a director's talk and we're going to talk just some of our favorite directors, inspiration, because it's directing's all about vision as well too. So, it's, what is it? Hitchcock, Spielberg, maybe Goddard, and I'm just blowing smoke, and maybe Scorsese are like your Mount Rushmore of, I'm talking absolute influence over cinema as like a whole.
Yeah, like there's you get into that realm, right? When you're like talking about anything, not just filmmaking, but any type of transcendent figure. When you're talking about influence, like that's when you're hitting a whole nother gear. Like you talk about it, sports analogies, anything.
Yeah, that's probably the easiest one to think about that
like
way.
You can talk about who's the best at this, who's the best at that, but when you're talking about influence, like that's how you know you've ascended to like a different level of greatness.
Yeah, like if it's the 80s, like 80s, 90s, like they'd call you Spielberg if you wanted to make movies. They that's not by design. Like Steven Spielberg is now woven into the very ideal of what we call film. Like he is woven into that piece.
Yep.
Just by his name alone.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously we overcomplicated a situation where we're very excited to see his UFO movie.
I mean, yeah, but that was
right. No, it's a great point. I love it.
It's just not something that we kind of focus on
right.
too often. So this kind of lended an opportunity to do that.
Right. Tyler, the Creator, is going to be in this Timothée Chalamet ping pong movie.
Yes.
By A24. I love how you just add the tagline by A24, and then I'm like, ooh. You could have told me the craziest plot to the thing, and then you said by A24. I'm like,
wait a minute. A ping pong movie that's going to be cinema.
Wait, they can do a ping pong movie at cinema?
Yes, they can.
They're allowing that?
Yes, they can. And yes, they will.
Yeah, I don't have much to say about that movie versus I'm super excited for it. I'm looking forward to that.
It's interesting. Like that's gonna be awesome. It's an interesting idea.
Oh, heck yeah. I mean, it in a weird way, it gives Timothée Chalamet something fun to do. I feel like he hasn't done anything fun because he's been so focused on Dune.
Dune wasn't fun?
From whose perspective?
I mean, he had fun with it. He had fun at the end.
Sure. At the end? You mean when he did the genocide?
Yeah.
Oh.
That was fun.
Okay.
For him.
Nice. Huh. Megalopolis is weird. I'll leave it there.
What's going on with that
What's going on with Megalopolis?
What's happening?
I'm trying to think of other things. Oh, yeah, the Brutalist, which is coming out with Adrian Brody, which he's getting, I mean, consummate, like, he is up with Coleman Domingo for Best Actor. I mean, I'm super excited. Adrian Brody still has the claim to the youngest Best Actor of all time. And for him to get back in that saddle is amazing, too. The big thing I want to know for that is that movie cost $10 million to make.
Ooh.
And if you have 4 minutes, 4 minutes, you go on YouTube, you type in Cord Jefferson Oscar win speech, and Cord talks about the beauty of, we don't need one $200 million movie. Just give me, I can't do math, but give me 100, right? 200 million? Give me 100 $2 million movies. And apparently The Brutalist is kind of that ideal. Like, this movie cost $10 million to make, and it's going to be nominated for Best Picture. Like, we don't need to spend this much time, this much money on movies. Might as well just give more time. And especially with streaming services out, too. Like, as a filmmaker, like, necessarily would you want your movie to drop on a streaming service? Not necessarily, but for a younger filmmaker, I'll take anything I can get. Like, obviously the dream is you want to be like Spielberg. You want your movie to come out in the theater. You want everybody to love it. And then you want to keep getting better and better. But as a young filmmaker that's just trying to make it, put my movie on a streaming service, give me $2 million. I don't need 50 million or 100. Give me $2 million. Give me $1 million. Give me 500,000 and just see what I can do. Like, technology's advanced so far.
Yeah.
And like we always say, it's about your personnel, who's ever attached and tied in and locked into this project. So I thought that was of note. that made me happy that I saw that movie only cost $10 million, and the result that you get out of it too.
Yeah, totally. I totally agree with that.
We got to do this every week. Court's movie corner.
Yeah, and I mean, speaking of Spielberg and influential directors, so James Cameron today said that he's going, after Avatar is finished, which, who knows, he is going to direct The Last Train to Hiroshima, which is a film following the man who survived the atomic blast at Hiroshima, got on a train to Nagasaki, and then survived that nuclear explosion. Cameron has said that he met Tsutomu Yamaguchi, who was a survivor of both those nuclear blasts, a few days before he died, and he was basically recounting his personal story to Cameron and company, and Cameron is very motivated to make this movie, and it sounds incredibly haunting, and a movie that will not be fun, and it won't be easy to stomach, and yeah, I mean, I think that...
I find that story so interesting for Cameron, and it's not the Avatar in the room, and I don't know if this is because in the recent weeks we talked Terminator 2 a little bit, but just looking at Cameron's whole career as a whole, I kind of love this progression where he's like, I'm going to attempt this, this non-sci-fi, I'm just going to attempt some...
I'm just going to make a people story.
Yeah, I'm going to show that how good I am regardless of what I have in front of me.
It's kind of, it's a much more, obviously, it's a much more kind of, it's a much darker, it's a much darker story than Titanic, but it is kind of going back to those Titanic route of like, I'm going to make this story about these people.
Right. And show how good I am.
In the midst of tragedy.
Right. And I'm going to show how good I am again.
Yeah.
And I mean, that midst of tragedy, I mean, you want to talk Avatar 2, he is becoming quite incredible. I mean, becoming, as if he hasn't been doing this for years upon years. And I mean, you look at Terminator 2, is that his thing?
Yeah.
Man, Terminator 2 is so good. It's so good. One day we'll talk Terminator 2 specifically.
Sure.
That movie is, upon rewatch, that movie came out in what, 91?
Yeah.
Jeez. That movie came out in 1991 and it looks the way it does.
Still holds up.
Man, shoot on film. Film looked great. The film finish is so good. I think somebody did a 35mm print recently of Batman 89. Phenomenal looking. Looks so good.
Yeah. I mean, the only other thing I was going to highlight was Disney Plus saying that they're going to do basically a 24-hour channel of Marvel and Star Wars and stuff. And they're going to call it like Heroes something or other. I don't know what the benefit of that is, I guess.
Right. Is it more of like a turn off your brain situation where you don't like?
I guess.
What's the whole thing that Loki was talking about? Like, people don't really want control. I mean, people want to be controlled. Yeah,
it's a good point. Yeah, it's a good point. Where like, you just throw on Disney Plus and just be like, Iron Man's on, cool.
Much like, it goes back to the bigger point. Remember when HBO was trying to do the deal? So it was going to be HBO, Disney Plus, and like a full bundle, and it's like, wait, is cable back? This is cable. This is not cable from Deadpool. You're like, wait, cable from television.
You're like, wait, Iron Man is on? I'm in. I have to watch this.
Wait, can't you just go on Disney Plus and watch it? No, it's not the same.
No, it's not the same. It's on TV.
It's on TV. I'm here.
I guess that is kind of what that is. Cool. Book of Boba Fett's on.
Yikes. I gotta go to the bathroom.
I gotta go to work.
Wait, is it the third to last and second to last episode? I'm actually in. Is the Mandalorian in here? I'm gonna watch.
Is that the Acolyte?
Is that the Acolyte?
No.
I actually canceled my subscription.
So I don't know. I guess we'll see. I mean, it's interesting. And then Deadpool and Wolverine is coming out in a couple weeks on Disney Plus, which is kind of crazy to me.
Yeah, I mean, it came out July 21st? No, it came out before that.
That is crazy. Time flies, man.
Time does fly. It's almost October. It's mid-September.
Venom 3 is almost coming out.
No, yes it is.
Noel's going to be in this.
Yeah, you're Noel from Marvel Comics.
We talked about that last week.
Did we talk about the whole thing of what we think's going to happen?
I think we might have mentioned it about Spider-Man, but that seems increasingly more likely now, based on Donny Cates' comments.
Right.
Who, for those of you who don't know, Donny Cates is the creator of Noel.
Yeah, Donny Cates not only is the creator of Noel, Donny Cates was the crown prince of Marvel at some point. Like, he was, like, borderline, you are the new Hickman. Here's the keys to everything. Do whatever you want.
And he went from last week saying he didn't even know Noel was going to be in this movie to now having read the script, and he said it's the best Noel thing that he's ever seen.
Is it the best Noel thing because it's the best Noel thing, or is it the best Noel thing because your Noel is in a movie now?
I'm leaning that's more what it is, but also it just makes me think that Noel will not be like the main villain of this Venom movie, and that he's gonna they're gonna do Spider-Man and Venom teaming up to fight Noel.
I think Tom Holland's gonna be in this movie.
Yes, of course. This movie? In the Venom movie?
Or
how many times are we gonna do this?
One of the other Spider-Man are gonna be in this movie.
Didn't we speculate on this already with Morbius?
We're like, it's Morbius. Nobody cares.
I told
Bring
you.
Milo Morbius back.
The funniest outcome is all these characters that they made movies about prior are going to team up to fight Noel.
And just be annihilated immediately.
Craven, Morbius,
Madam Web,
Milo
Morbius,
Milo. That's not his name.
Russell Crowe,
Bigger Craven,
Papa Craven. Don't say it. You're about to say Daddy Craven.
I was. Madam Web and Daddy Craven, man. They're teaming up.
To fight the symbiote god? Also, why is Noel just a fella?
I don't understand it.
All the other symbiotes are like alien goo monsters.
I'm claiming my Noel ignorance here. I don't know much about Noel, okay?
He's just a guy.
But why is he just a guy?
Because he's just a guy. He's like an elder god. He's just a guy.
And now he's just Norman Reedus.
Yeah, he has the Necro Sword.
I can't explain this, but Norman Reedus is the most Noel-looking person I've ever seen.
Yeah, he's gonna be good if that's true. He's gonna be real good.
So I guess no Ghost Rider for him?
No. I think they're circling somebody to play Ghost like a. I know they're gonna ask Austin Butler. Austin Butler was gonna be. Denise said no. They're gonna ask Glenn Powell. Glenn Powell's gonna play like James Gunn.
Ghost Rider?
Glenn Powell? Why not?
I feel like he's too handsome.
What are you saying about Ryan Gosling that I was about to say? What are you talking about?
Ryan Gosling is a little more...
Don't do it. Don't do it. I know what you're about to do. We have to talk about this Marvel vs. DC thing.
I know, but he's a little more gruff than Glenn Powell.
Don't do this.
And he's a little more... I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know. I could buy Ryan Gosling as a Ghost Rider, but Glenn Powell's just... I don't know. It's something about him.
If you didn't see the movie Drive, could you still buy him as Ghost Rider?
No, probably not.
That's what I thought. But Drive turned 13 yesterday.
Yeah, but I also haven't seen Glenn Powell in anything that makes me think he could be Ghost Rider.
You must have not watched Top Gun Maverick.
I did watch Top Gun Maverick, and that didn't give Ghost Rider vibes.
It did give Booster Gold vibes.
It did. See? Booster Gold, perfect. Ghost Rider? Don't know. They should get the other Walking Dead guy to be Ghost Rider. Andrew Lincoln?
No. Wolverine for him? It's my theory. You start off as Cyclops or you live long enough to become Wolverine.
Andrew Lincoln as Wolverine, huh? Nah. No, I can't
he's too tall.
Bernthal is Ghost Rider.
No, Bernthal needs to be the War Machine Punisher. And give him the suit.
Need to be the War Machine Punisher. Norman Reedus is Noel, and I think it's cool.
Yeah, we got off track. Norman Reedus is Noel, and that's awesome. If it's true, it's awesome.
Venom Horse,
Venom Frog,
Venom Frog,
Venom Fish.
Venom has a gambling addiction.
What are we doing in this movie? I don't know.
I'm in.
Yeah, I'm in. I'm having fun. When's this movie coming out?
Soon.
November?
Before the election.
They didn't want to interfere with the monumental nature of Venom is going to interfere with the U.S. election.
It comes out October 25th. We are a mere month away.
We are a month away.
From The Last Dance. Reese Fonz is in this movie.
He is. Who is he? Not. Then he tried to.
What if he's Noel?
No. He already had his character. He had his thing. Reese Fonz wasn't busy.
Nah, man.
What if he's playing an alternate version of Kurt Connors?
What if he's playing an alternate version of Otto Hightower in Venom?
Oh, God.
I'm just mad that our Chiwetel Ejiofor is Noel theory is not panning out. I'm bummed.
He would have been so good as Noel.
He would have been.
Good.
Too many symbiotes.
But he's the symbiote god. Not enough symbiotes.
What's her name is not coming back for this?
Michelle Williams.
Yeah. Dang. Riz Ahmed also not coming back.
He's dead.
Not Riz Ahmed.
No, not Riz Ahmed. He's alive. His corporate idiotic character from the first one is dead.
What was that symbiote?
Nobody. Riot.
Riot. I love the symbiote name so much.
Riot. Carnage.
Scream.
Remember when Toxin? Remember when Scream was cooking Peter Parker in Spider-Man 2? This is why you can't pay the rent. I said, whoa, what's up with that?
What's the most extreme name we can come up with? It's a symbiote.
Annihilation.
Ooh, I don't think there's an Annihilation. There's an Agony, Mania, Scorn. This is great. I'm a big fan. Lasher. Isn't Lasher supposed to be in this one? Oh yeah, he's the one that they're calling the Mountain Dew symbiote.
Oh yeah. When did these Venom movies get into Michael Bay Transformers territory?
The Baja Blast symbiote, I think they call him.
Let's talk Marvel vs. DC.
Yeah. Venom might come up in this too.
He might. Oh no. And Carnage.
Wait a minute. There's a symbiote named Bedlam? Cool.
Wait, I thought Bedlam was like... Bedlam's from freaking the X-Men comics. What are you talking about?
I'm looking at a big red Venom that's called Bedlam.
That's dumb.
Bedlam is a version of Eddie Brock whose memories were stripped by Ben Reilly and Madeline Pryor, resulting in a hollow facade of Venom that ultimately... Hang on. I had to click. Ultimately transformed to Bedlam after a confrontation with Sync of the X-Men.
I hate comics so much. I hate comic books. They're so stupid. If you want a good Null story, you read Silver Surfer Black. Come on, man.
There's an amalgamation of Bizarro and Carnage.
Woof.
Called Bizarnage.
Let's move on. Get to the topic of the week.
All right, Marvel vs. DC. So I'm falling down a symbiote rabbit hole.
Yeah, you were. Get to the
Extremebiote. Originally a symbiote dragon, upon being exposed to the Extremis virus by Iron Man, in order to sever its connection to the symbiote hive, it bonded to Iron Man's armor.
What?
Now we're doing a symbiote episode next week. We each do our research on the craziest symbiote we can find.
This symbiote was a celestial. I hate everything.
Marcus, the centaur werewolf.
Wait. What's his name?
Marcus.
It's like in Dune when somebody's name is what? Like Irulan, and then you have somebody named Paul.
The centaur werewolf symbiote warrior.
Excuse me?
Marcus is the strongest monster under Dracula's command. He was born a centaur, bitten by a werewolf, and then bound to a symbiote. And his name is Marcus.
I don't know why his name being Marcus is the best part about it. He's just a guy.
Oh man. All right. That was
insane.
Fun. I'm you just wait till next week. I'm gonna have so many symbiotes. There's a Darkhold symbiote.
No! Court's least favorite thing, the Darkhold.
His name is Raze, and he's the spawn of Carnage after obtaining the powers from the Darkhold.
Stop reading the Darkhold. It is the worst thing.
Stop reading the symbiote wiki. I have to tell myself.
That is your Darkhold. What's my Darkhold?
I don't know.
We have to find it.
It can't be anywhere nearly as wild as this. All right. Anyway, we got some time to cook here. That was fun. I can't wait.
We got from high prestige TV to the Venom symbiote named Marcus.
To Extrembiote.
Extrembiote.
That's wild.
Explain the rules. What are we talking about this week?
It's Marvel vs. Capcom rules, but with Marvel and DC characters. So the rosters, I've only pulled these rosters from the Marvel vs. Capcom games for the Marvel side, from the Injustice side for the DC side, including the palette swap characters. So Black Lightning is in here. Obviously, if you played Injustice 2, you know Black Lightning was an alt skin for Raiden, because Raiden was in Injustice, which is nuts. I did not put the Mortal Kombat characters in here that were in Injustice. So no Scorpion, no Sub-Zero, no Raiden.
I don't want to play anymore.
No Ninja Turtles.
No,
no Hellboy. But that's it. Everyone else is in. And on the Marvel side, I've included some fun ones. All right, so here ends the rules. It's Marvel vs. Capcom style, so it's 3v3. Obviously, one character fights one character, and then, until the team is defeated, and then you move on. So basically, a basic Marvel vs. Capcom team employs like your point person, your point character, which is like your first character. You got your middle character, and then you got your anchor character, who most fighting game players will save their third character for their best character. Worst comes to worst, you have your anchor. You can pull off some comebacks. So basically, we're just gonna go back and forth. We're gonna take 3-on-3. We're gonna mitigate and litigate to see whose character beats which. in the event that you lose a character, you do not, and in the event that you lose a character and your team wins your matchup, you do not get that character back. So it's like survival style, basically. And you can, once per matchup, you can tag out, Marvel vs. Capcom style, you can tag out, call an assist to another character on the team if you don't like your particular matchup. When you're like, I picked the Punisher, and then the other person picks Superman, you're like,
that's unfair for Superman.
Yeah. Help Superman, basically.
Yeah. If you see a bear and Superman in the woods, help Superman.
The Punisher bonded with the symbiote? How come that hasn't happened yet?
No, it probably did. Comics are dumb.
If it hasn't happened yet, it will. Man, that Bizarnage one is really getting me.
Marcus
is really getting me. It's just that his name is Marcus. Flexo the Rubber Man. I need to get off this page. Golden Age robot hero made out of living rubber. He is later revealed to be a metal symbiote hybrid.
No.
Wow. All right, I gotta get out. Get out here. I gotta get out of here. All right. Anyways, and then the last rule is you can enlist up to 3 guest characters. So obviously, fighting game style, you get some DLC characters. So you can enlist 3 guest characters from any genre to be added to any team at any time. So you can just be like, I'm picking Iron Man and Cable, and then I'm picking, who knows, John Blackthorne.
It's not proper.
He wins.
Into women's private quarters.
He wins. He wins automatically. All right. So are you taking the DC side?
I'll take the DC side.
And I'm taking the Marvel side?
Yes.
All right. Do you want to do your team first?
Sure.
And I can counter?
Okay, so team 1 that I'm going to pick. Team 1. Mm-hmm. I'm going to start off with the Martian Manhunter.
Okay.
Very versatile, very dangerous. My second pick for this team will be Shazam.
Oh.
My third pick for this team, to switch this up a little bit, will be Brainiac. I want to throw a villain on the team, and I think I cover a lot of bases with those 3. So Shazam, Martian Manhunter, and Brainiac.
All right. Well, Martian Manhunter, I feel like I can take him down.
No, I didn't even think of that. It's no good.
Martian Manhunter has one specific weakness, and it's his aversion of fire. So I'm gonna pick the Phoenix. I'm gonna pick Jean Grey as the Phoenix.
That's cold, man. That's cold.
But this is why you went first. But you'll have an opportunity to counterpunch if you want. So Jean Grey, Phoenix Force. My second character, I am going to pick kind of like an all-arounder here. Just a big, meaty brawler. Shut up. I said a big... actually, yeah, I am going to pick a big brawling character. I'm going to pick Colossus as my second character.
I don't know who on this team Colossus is afraid of Colossus.
I mean, he's big, strong guy made of metal. He's hard to take down. And then my anchor character... Oh, I know who could fight Brainiac. I'm picking Ultron.
Oh, that's a fun matchup. That I somehow think that Brainiac still would win. Because Ultron's just like he's just like a menace. Like he's just kind of mean. Brainiac's actually smart about this crap.
Ultron's smart.
Well, I mean, in their respective universes, Brainiac, Ultron and Age of Ultron in the comics, like he is like one of the only characters that like mentally defeated Captain America to the point where he's like, oh crap. But at the same time, Brainiac took over planet Earth with Superman on the planet, and Supergirl, and Shazam, and the Green Lanterns, and still took the planet over.
True. But he can be beaten. He can be punched to death.
Who, Brainiac?
Yeah.
He's just got subsections for his programming.
Yeah, but he can't do that.
But he's still super powerful. Like
He's very powerful.
Like what's Ultron's... I'm not talking about what if Ultron. Like what's Ultron's like... He just gets like...
Well, he's made of adamantium. First and foremost.
Just unplug him.
You can't just unplug him.
Who says who? I need Magneto. Turn the power off. And then Silver Samurai's going to be standing on the top of the building and be like,
All right, well, can we agree that Phoenix kills Martian Manhunter?
No, because Martian Manhunter's him. Or her. Or they.
That's not an argument. Unless you want to swap out, get Martian Manhunter out of there.
I mean, if I get Martian Manhunter out of there, for Phoenix...
Well, you have to pick one of your 2 other characters to face Phoenix.
If somebody needs to face Phoenix, then I'm picking Shazam to face Phoenix. Shazam is demolishing the Phoenix. Ah! So you're talking about cosmic energies versus magic. That's where it gets. That's where I think
fun.
That's where I think Shazam takes an upper edge. I mean, Shazam.
But can he get in her? Can he get in his head?
Well, it's to the point where in Justice by Jim Krueger, like Shazam was holding his own against Superman of all people. Oh no, in Kingdom Come, Shazam was holding his absolute own with Superman.
I feel like she can break his tiny child brain though.
Who, Phoenix?
Yeah.
What do you mean his tiny child brain? What about her tiny child brain?
But he can't get inside her tiny child brain.
But he doesn't need to.
Doesn't he?
Is she gonna get confused and mad in there? Why is he so happy? Why doesn't he have the same traumas I have?
I feel like she gets in his head and she shuts him down.
I just think the magic's gonna be too, and especially in Justice, Shazam had way more. Phoenix is a tough one. You're talking about
That's why I'm starting with Phoenix.
Borderline reality warper.
Yeah. I feel like she's getting through like 2 of your guys before someone takes her down. And then you're left with 1 guy.
I mean, if that's the case... Oh, you said no DLC characters, right? So I can't
No,
take
you picked your team already.
Okay. Darkseid's not here, right?
Darkseid's there.
Perfect. I'm saving him.
Okay, good. I feel like my team's winning this match.
I don't know, man. I just don't think I think you're underestimating how powerful comic Shazam can be. Like, how stupidly powerful he can get. Like, your point about, like, Phoenix running through 2 of them, like, Shazam by himself is soloing Ultron and...
Well, he's got to get through Phoenix first. And then by the time he's exhausted with that, Colossus just punches him
I just feel like also to the point of how smart Brainiac is. To my point, like, Brainiac on a planet with the Justice League, who is the more powerful
I feel like
team.
he could beat Phoenix for sure.
That's what I'm saying.
Because he's like a cyborg.
Right.
So like there's no head to get inside of.
Right.
But I think she beats Shazam. And I think she beats she beats Shazam and Martian Manhunter.
No, then I'll remix. Then I think that you put Phoenix against Brainiac.
Oh no, you duped me.
Yeah, Phoenix against Brainiac, because again, there's no head to get in, and he's got fighting forces for his fighting forces.
Can she burn him to death?
Who's your third? It was Colossus, Phoenix.
Colossus was my second.
Who's
Ultron?
Your third? Ultron. Oh, okay. So I'm putting Brainiac against Phoenix. I'm putting Martian Manhunter against Colossus. Because what is he going to do? Punch through nothing?
Punch him to death.
He's not going to be able to. He's just going to keep phasing in and out. And then Martian Manhunter's going to get into his head.
No!
And then Shazam is annihilating Ultron.
But then Ultron comes back.
So does Shazam. He just comes back as a kid. And Ultron wouldn't hurt a kid. He was on the internet.
Ultron canceled?
Yeah. That's a fun first matchup.
That is fun.
Because they don't immediately match up naturally, which are the best comic fights.
Yeah, I just think Phoenix is a problem for this entire group.
I think you're underestimating Shazam and Brainiac.
I think Shazam is getting mentally smacked by Phoenix. I think she's just in his head, and then she's
Brainiac.
Like, no.
For Shazam.
Shazam. I think she's in his head, and he shuts him down.
And Martian Manhunter and her. I should have.
Well, she can burn him to death
If she gets there,
she can beat Shazam mentally, and she can beat Martian Manhunter physically. But she has no answer for Brainiac.
If she gets to Martian again, that's another point of like, I think you're underestimating how powerful Martian Manhunter is as well too.
Yeah, she can still burn him to death. I've seen Justice League Unlimited. he gets beaten up pretty regularly.
That's because they didn't know what they were doing with him. All right. Pick your second team.
My second team. Let's see here. My starter. I'm going to pick Captain America to start with. He's a good starter.
Captain America is weak.
Come on, man. I gotta get some street level-ish guys in here.
Okay.
All right, my second character. So if I'm going Captain America, I'm gonna go like heightened Captain America, and I'm gonna pick Black Panther.
Okay. What do you mean heightened?
Come on, man.
I feel like they're the same.
And then my third, Black Panther is better than Captain America.
I feel like we're 2 kids playing with action figures right now. This is fun.
I do enjoy this. I'm just gonna pick Thor as my anchor for my third matchup.
Okay, so you said Captain America,
Black Panther, and Thor. Classic Avengers team up here.
Captain America, Black Panther, and Thor. Okay, so for Captain America, I'm just gonna inverse your super soldier serum theory and pick Deathstroke.
That's a fun fight.
You said Black Panther as your second one?
Yeah.
Black Panther as your second one. If that's the case against Black Panther, that's a bit tough because I'm really trying to go matchup for matchup. You talk super suit stuff like that, augmentations. I'm gonna go Blue Beetle to take on Black Panther.
Oh, okay.
And then you want to talk of powerful gods. For Thor, I'm taking Black Adam for Thor.
Oh, interesting. Okay, let's think this through. It's Captain America and Deathstroke.
That's a tough one because Deathstroke and not to sell Steve Rogers short, but Deathstroke on top of having the super soldier, like a super soldier serum in him, he's also a genius. He's also a tactical genius. Like Captain America's like war tactical. Like Deathstroke's like, I will manipulate you for 20 years to make sure I get what I want. Tactical.
I mean, the big question ultimately is, can Deathstroke get past the shield?
I mean, can Captain America get past the sword?
Yeah.
But I feel like Deathstroke can get past the shield.
Can he?
Sure.
Because, I mean, obviously, Deathstroke starts this thing at long range, right? He just starts shooting, ping, 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 ping. Captain America's blocking everything.
I just feel like
Captain America goes for the big, he does the big thing, the discus, he rocks up, turns around, whips
the world's
the shield.
most precious metal, and they used it to make a frisbee.
Whips the shield at Deathstroke, he probably misses, but then it ricochets, comes back, and Deathstroke's like, ooh, that's fun.
This is nice.
Man. That feels like a double KO to me. I feel like they're taking each other out.
That's a tough one, man. I don't know. I'm really feeling like Deathstroke.
But Deathstroke does have a healing factor.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, Captain America, doesn't he, like a very low-level version, but doesn't he also have a healing factor?
He does, but it's not Deathstroke's. Like, Deathstroke's like
has a defined healing
He's
factor.
like basically a metahuman.
Right.
Captain America is like, he's kind of like Batman, where like he's a little more than peak physical human because he has the super soldier serum. But at the end of the day, like, Deathstroke is basically a metahuman.
Right, he can get shot and come back. Captain America's dying.
I just don't think, Captain America, if we're not talking like a fight to death. We're talking like a
submission.
Could he knock Deathstroke out?
I don't think so, and I think vice versa. I think Deathstroke could not easily, because Captain America is a tough SOB.
I think Deathstroke. I think ultimately this is a knockdown, drag out brawl that Deathstroke eventually wins, and then Black Panther just comes over the top and polishes Deathstroke off.
Right,
and then we get to the second fight.
I think I will submit to the fact that I think the only reason I think the Scarab technology is more advanced than Black Panther's technology, but I just think that the tactician idea.
Yeah, he's a genius.
And Jaime's
he's a genius and he's a better fighter.
Right, and Jaime's a kid.
You're basically relying on the idea that the Scarab can protect Jaime enough to get through Black Panther.
And again, to the Deathstroke point for Black Panther, like, Black Panther's even smarter than Deathstroke, so like I feel like he'll figure out a way.
Yeah. And then
you're also dealing with an indestructible suit. Well, on both sides, both of them have indestructible suits.
I just think Black Panther could just eventually just get to him.
Right.
And hit him with a real hard punch.
Or a real hard heart-to-heart.
We do not do that here.
We don't do that here.
Or like he'd find a way to like disarm the Scarab or something, shut it down. He'd figure out the tech, and then he'd take Jaime out, and then he's gotten through Deathstroke, he's gotten through Blue Beetle, and then ultimately he's beaten by Black Adam.
Right.
He's just punched real hard and zapped. He doesn't go down without a fight though. T'Challa would fight Black Adam with everything he's got, but ultimately I think he's beaten. And then we get Black Adam versus Thor.
That's a fun one.
That's
a fun one.
Thor's a little more. I mean, they're both kind of ancient-ish.
But Thor's like a if this makes sense, Black Adam's like a, in a weird way, like distinguished about it. Thor's just he's a psycho. Like, he's a menace. Like, he loves the game. He loves the game. He loves the fight game. Like, I will sit here and fight you for a decade if I have to. Like, that's the type of, oh man, I messed up. I should have picked Wonder Woman to take on Thor. That would have been much more fun.
Well, she's got to sit there now and watch Black Adam get beaten up.
Yeah. She'd be like, it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
I mean, I think Thor's ultimately beating Black Adam. He's got more ways to do it.
Yeah, but I mean, to my point, I mean, the magic, I mean, Thor also has his magic, but Thor's magic is more immediate, if that makes sense. Black Adam's magic is kind of versatile in that point, but I just think
But can Black Adam's lightning hurt Thor?
That's what I'm saying. I don't, and vice versa. Can Thor's
That's where the big dog comes in.
Yeah,
the hammer.
He needs the axe. Jonathan.
He gets the hammer. Like maybe they just shoot lightning at each other and like.
But Black Adam has the cape. Oh, Thor has a cape. No. Black Adam's bald.
Some versions.
Some versions.
Maybe they come up, they see each other, they're floating, they're both floating there.
Mm-hmm.
They fly now?
They fly now.
And they shoot lightning at each other. They both absorb the other's lightning and they're like, ooh.
I can feel your spine, Johnny.
Nope.
Put Wraith in here. Put Wraith and Sabretooth. Oh, Sabretooth is in here.
Sabretooth is in
Let's
here.
go.
And then they probably they fly, they do one of these, they fly at each other, and then it's just hands. And then Thor probably...
So... What if in an insane scenario where he throws the hammer at him and he catches the hammer and you're like, what the?
You know what? I just don't think Black Adam's worthy.
Why not? Why not? What has he done? Try to murder the Shazam family and the planet to prove that he's not worthy. Did he save Kahndaq? Well, that was his son. Oh, that's the movie. That's not this.
I'm just not sure that he can catch the hammer.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And I think ultimately Thor just pummels him with the hammer. Yeah,
that's my thing. Is I just think Thor's he's so psychotic. Not psychotic and he's just a dog. He's just I will fight you for as long as I need to. I should have picked Wonder Woman because Wonder Woman won't stop, and she's almost as strong as Superman. She simply will refuse to stop.
Yeah. I think my team wins this one. Obviously, again. Black Panther doing much of the heavy lifting here. Captain America low-key doing some heavy lifting by wearing out Deathstroke. Sometimes that's what you need a point person for. You need the point person to kind of absorb some hits, get the first character on the other team whittled down on their health, and then the second character comes over the top. Boom comes in. And then Black Panther, gets the Blue Beetle, and then we get the two Thunder guys dueling it out, and Thor's just got a little bit more to him.
Fun. Okay, I pick first now, eh?
Yes.
I'm going to go I'm just going to get some heavy hitters off the board. I'm just going to have some fun. Give me, as my point person, I really want to just be, I'm talking godly blows. I just want the earth to start shattering. My point person, that would be a god level figure. I mean, Swamp Thing is I'm talking an absolute, Swamp Thing's most powerful is universe shattering. So I'm going to pick Swamp Thing. Mm-hmm. I'm going to pick what's the second character? Your strength guy?
It's kind of like your middle person. Person that you don't want to, you're kind of hiding them a little bit.
Doomsday.
Oh, you're hiding him, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And the only reason he's being hidden is because he's being controlled by Darkseid.
Ooh.
Yeah, I literally just want the heavy. You're gonna have to pick Scarlet Witch for something like this. I don't understand. I don't know how you're gonna. I don't know how you're gonna try to.
I think what would be a fun fight for Swamp Thing, and it's one you might not expect.
It's Man-Thing.
No, I'm picking the Hulk.
For Swamp Thing, that would be fun because how it would work too is Hulk doesn't get the angrier he gets, and he's gonna get angry at the ground. He's just gonna perpetually keep getting,
and we've seen the Hulk at his most terrifying can literally smash planets.
Yeah. But Swamp Thing would be Captain Planet, unite.
I think let me go through
Swamp Thing's submission to the Hulk a win in of itself? You're not thinking big brain enough.
Let me get through the rest of my team, and then we'll chat about our first matchup. So I'm going the Hulk first. Who's your second person? Oh, you picked
Doomsday.
Oh, damn it, that thing. I mean, it depends how far along we are. I mean, because he's invulnerable to most things, depending on where in the timeline you're pulling him from.
I mean, we're pulling Death of Superman. We're pulling the Doomsday that murdered Superman.
Damn. That's a hard Doomsday to beat.
That's why I picked him. I'm picking Star-Lord.
John Star-Wars.
John Star-Lord.
Dang. Yeah, I think I'm... Dang.
You're not going to pick Cable? No. What's the funniest person that he can fight?
Hawkeye. An anti-Doomsday era.
Yeah. Where did you get that? Where did you?
I think I know someone who may not be able to kill Doomsday, but I believe he can. I believe he can neutralize him or stop him. I'm picking Iceman.
For Doomsday?
Omega level Iceman is a problem.
For Doomsday?
Yeah. I think he can freeze him and keep him there.
For how long?
Until the timer expires.
But if we're going to use...
Until the round expires.
But if we're going to use that logic of Superman, because comics...
He's not here.
He would just figure out a way to get out of it. Doomsday would figure out a way to just get out of it and murder and rip Iceman in half.
He's got to catch him first.
It's Doomsday.
I know.
What are you talking about?
He can't fly.
That doesn't matter. He can leap like continents in a.
Iceman's got the little.
No, no, don't
ice
use that.
pad. You're sleeping on Iceman's powers. That man is an Omega level threat detected.
Right.
And it's Iceman.
Right. Yeah, if anybody ever said Omega level threat detected and then Iceman showed up, I'd be like, guys, we won. Like, the villains win today. Like, that's sick.
He can create clones of himself, ice clones.
Doomsday killed Superman.
That's fine. We're not talking about Superman.
What a crazy pull to beat Doomsday. I love it.
Yeah.
What a nuts pull.
He's stronger than you think.
Don't do this. Don't try it.
If that guy has any water at all in his body, Iceman can freeze it instantly.
He's murdering Iceman so quickly.
He's not. He's got to get through the Hulk. He's got to get through the Hulk first.
Iceman wouldn't be... That you should have actually flipped him. You should have flipped Iceman to try to freeze the entire planet over.
You know what? Now I'm going to.
And you should have had Hulk fight Doomsday.
I'm doing that, actually. I'm tagging out the Hulk. He can save his fight for Doomsday, and Iceman's going to fight Swamp Thing. And then my third character is Kratos.
The God of War to defeat a god.
I think Kratos can kill Darkseid.
I just think, if we're using the most powerful version of Darkseid doesn't obey by those laws of life and death. He doesn't obey by those.
Are we taking the anti-life equation out of this?
No, not the anti-life equation. I'm just talking. He doesn't obey by the ideologies of life and death.
I mean, technically, neither does Kratos. He climbed out of hell just because he was angry. And then killed Ares.
Zeus!
And he killed Zeus. He's killed several people on the godly pantheon.
If we're taking the most powerful version of Kratos and the most powerful version of Darkseid.
The most powerful version of Kratos is definitely God of War 3 Kratos.
Sure.
Without question.
Sure. I just don't think he's beating the most powerful version of comic Darkseid.
I mean, if he has the Blade of Olympus, he can kill anything.
But Darkseid doesn't play by those rules.
What do you mean?
Darkseid's built into the panels of comics. That's how it works.
I might as well have just picked Deadpool then.
Yeah. Oh man, that would have been a much better fight. Don't tag him in either. I think my team wins this one.
Your team probably wins this, but my team is fine.
The team. I'm actually, the funnier thing is your team dynamic. Like Hulk, Iceman, and
Hulk and Kratos.
Hulk Kratos
are angry.
Hulk, Kratos, and Iceman. Iceman's like, what the? Iceman thinks he's the most powerful out of the two of them.
I mean, he might be.
No.
Don't stop sleeping on Iceman.
Iceman isn't going to be able to turn full ice before Doomsday gets to him and snaps him in half.
That's what he wants you to think. And then boom, ice clone.
You should have picked Storm if you were going to use that logic.
No.
Omega level Storm can literally change the atmosphere of planets.
So can Iceman.
But it's not as cool. It is.
It's cooler actually.
Forge. Yeah.
Nope. Nope, we're not doing Forge. Look at this. Iceman.
So what are you, 2-1?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess I'm going next.
Yeah, I guess we have to do 2 more of these, so best out of 5. Do you want to make a gentleman's agreement and go no powers for this one?
Okay, so just some scrappers?
Some scrappers.
Okay. All right. In that case, I am going to pick... Damn, I already used Captain America. Does Iron Man count?
No, he has a suit.
What do you mean?
He's got a suit.
So that doesn't count?
No, he can, because then you can be like, well, I'm taking God Iron Man with the God suit. With the celestial suit. Doesn't count.
I'm picking whatever that symbiote was that I mentioned earlier.
Marcus.
No. The other one that bonded with the Iron Man armor.
No.
Extremeiote.
Extreme. I hate everything.
I'm picking that guy. All right. I'm gonna pick. All right, my point person is gonna be Hawkeye. Don't.
Sorry.
Comic Hawkeye.
And
He's an issue.
is he?
Yes. Who's getting near him? You're gonna pick Green Arrow, and it's gonna be amazing. What a brawl.
You think that's who I'm gonna pick? You wish I picked Green Arrow. Ooh, I know what I'm gonna do for this. Keep going.
All right,
I
so
have some options.
I'm going Hawkeye for one. This is tough. A lot of the people on my list have powers. I'm gonna pick Taskmaster.
Nuts.
Taskmaster, the only person he can be bamboozled by is Deadpool, which is fun. And then my anchor, if we're gonna do this type of fight, is gonna be the Punisher. So just has every gun imaginable.
Yeah, you've never seen more guns.
No, wait. All right, so I guess Iron Fist has powers, right?
Yeah, it doesn't count.
He's like my only other hand-to-hand guy here. Because I'm not going to pick Black Widow. Yeah, I think by default that's my team that I have to pick. Unless I go like Rocket.
Smoked.
Yeah, Rocket's toast. I think that's my team. Hawkeye, what did I say? Hawkeye, Taskmaster, and Punisher?
Hawkeye, Taskmaster, Punisher. For Hawkeye, I'm not gonna waste my breath on Green Arrow. I'm giving you Deathstroke for.
You used Deathstroke already.
Deadshot. I'm using Deadshot for it.
Oh, that's fun.
We're using Deadshot. So Deadshot is taking on Hawkeye. Who was your second pick?
Taskmaster.
Dr. Fate, because under the helmet he's just a fella.
Come on, you can't do that.
I know. You said Taskmaster for the second one?
Yeah.
Because he can mimic any fighting style, eh?
That's a tricky puzzle to figure out.
He can mimic any fighting style. That's actually a good one.
I know. I was surprised I even came up with it. I had to reach out. I told you a lot of the people on my list are powered. It was hard to pick one.
I mean, for that one, you need somebody that's ranged, right? Because you wouldn't want to do somebody that can hand-to-hand fight. I mean, if that's the... Oh, I'm picking Scarecrow against him. Because Scarecrow is a guy.
He's just a man.
He's just a man. What, he's going to recreate the fear toxin? That's what I thought. Scarecrow is my second pick. Who was your last pick?
Punisher.
Batman. I mean... let's not mince anything. Yeah, let's not even entertain the fact that you guys would win this. Let's not do it. Don't do it.
My only conceit
Don't do it.
is if Taskmaster could break through the fear toxin and just snap.
What is he gonna recreate?
And he could just snap Scarecrow's little neck at that point. If he could get through the fear toxin, he could break Scarecrow's little neck. Because, like you said, underneath the burlap sack and the gas is just young Sheldon.
Come on, man! Come on! That's a low blow for young Sheldon.
So that would be my only conceit.
I'm not having it.
Because if Taskmaster could break through the fear toxin,
I'm not having it. I don't think he's breaking through the fear toxin. I'm not subscribing. That's knocking him out. They got Batman.
John Taskmasters. And you're gonna
Tony Masters. I hate comics so much. Tony Masters. Get out of here.
Tony Masters.
Are you you're Tony Masters from Marvel Comics. And the Avengers video game everyone hated.
He was in the beginning of that.
And that was a good opening mission. And then they just didn't do that.
For the rest of the game.
Anyway.
Yeah, your team's probably winning this.
To say the third matchup, because you just glossed over it.
Oh, was it Batman and the Punisher? I think Batman might have to sit. No, the Punisher's killing Scarecrow, actually.
Yeah. Matchups are the matchups.
You can't show him anything where somebody's already experienced.
Right.
He would inhale the fear toxin like Soldier Boy.
Oh, yeah, the boys?
The methane. Or the halothane.
You're like, ooh, that was nice.
Fear toxin, huh?
Fear toxin, eh?
Here's a 50 caliber bullet to the head, Scarecrow.
Boom, you looking for this?
That's the funny thing about the matchups. About that matchup is all these other characters are just kind of fighting to like knock each other out. The Punisher is just shooting Scarecrow right in the head. You killed how many people in Gotham with fear toxin? You're getting shot in the head.
Oh my god, we should talk about that. If the Punisher was in Gotham City would be a utopia.
Yeah, no kidding. And let me tell you, Batman's beating the Punisher, but the Punisher's getting his 5 ounces.
He might get one bullet in him.
He's definitely getting a bullet.
He's got every weapon, and this is like, I will even give you the advantage. He's got the War Machine armor on top of it. Batman, because comics are dumb, he's still winning this.
Probably, yeah, of course.
But,
Punisher's probably stabbing him at one point.
Yeah, and then Batman's like, yeah. When did I get stabbed?
The Punisher's giving Batman a run for his money.
Yeah. Specifically John Bernthal.
He's losing, but what
Who's
a fight.
the funniest Batman he could go up against in live action?
Oh, Michael Keaton's Batman by far.
Yeah. Yeah, Kilmer? Oh, Clooney!
No. Yeah. The Punisher versus George Clooney's Batman.
This is why Superman lurks alone.
The Punisher might actually win that one.
Yeah, he actually might.
If it's George Clooney's Batman. Behold, my Bat credit card.
Never leave
machine guns. He just gets machine guns to death. Oh no, Batman's mortal weakness, being riddled with bullets.
It's 2-2.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I have to start for this team. This is going to be fun.
You haven't used the guest characters yet.
No, I'm afraid. Wait, so the guest character is a 4th character?
No. It's one of your 3. One of your 3 characters,
Heard.
but it can be pulled from anywhere.
Heard. Okay. Anywhere?
Anywhere.
I can pick Jesus?
You can try.
You will try.
My counter is the Romans.
Oh, no! Come on! No! My counter to the Romans is resurrection.
No, the ultimate superpower.
Came back!
The first superpower.
Hey, Romans. Why's the tomb empty? Oh, shoot!
Oh, no, he's back.
Oh, no, he's... I'm thinking I'm back.
He's got that resurrection perk that they gave Jason Voorhees in Mortal Kombat 10. And his life bar runs out and he comes back.
Oh, God.
What do you want me to say? Jesus?
Oh, jeez.
Alright, go ahead.
This is tough, man. This is the last one.
We could do one more.
Well, we have to, unless we do best of 7. All right, we're at best of 7.
There are no rules.
Yeah, this is the 5th game. Okay. All right. Relax. Everybody chill out. My point character, it's going to be the Flash.
Okay.
It's Barry Allen. Shut up, Jay Garrick. You
man.
slow old idiot.
Show some respect for Barry Allen.
No, it's Barry Allen. Barry Allen's my first guy. Let me get Hal Jordan as my second.
Okay.
And then, I need a real dog for the third one, eh? Oh, Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman's going to be my third one.
Wonder Woman.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. Well,
you can get some counters to this. This might be a fun one. Make it fun, at least. Make it fun.
Oh, man. Wonder Woman. I think I have an interesting counter for Wonder Woman. And I don't know how effective it's going to be, but I'm going to try it.
It's US Agent.
No, it's not US Agent.
It's Dr. Doom.
I was going to pick Doom at one point. Who can counter the Flash on this? All right, I mean, I guess
Professor X.
I was thinking it. But then like the wheelchair thing. If he can't stop the Flash, could he shut the Flash's brain down before the Flash starts running?
Yeah, because his brain moves as fast as his body moves. That's the thing.
Like, can Professor X kind of...
It's like hitting a 100-mile-per-hour fastball.
Like, could he stop him? Like, boom. Stopped.
But his mind's moving too fast. Professor X would be like, this. Why are they playing this movie at times of 50?
This movie.
Is it Death you're going to pick to try to counter that?
No, because he's outrun Death before.
Yeah, because he's him. Gambit?
The name's Gambit, mon ami. Remember it. No, because the Flash has an he's got like a fireproof suit, like a kinetic. His whole suit's made to prevent kinetic energy. Like Gambit's screwed.
Shumagorath?
I was thinking about Doctor Strange
for the Flash. That would be interesting. Yeah, magic is, I guess, a good counter against like a.
Because I don't think I can beat him with anyone physically here.
No, you're gonna have to have fun.
I gotta trick him. I gotta make him think his boots are made of lead or something. Maybe that's where Professor X comes in.
Yeah, hey, but if he can catch up, Apocalypse? No.
Ooh, Apocalypse. I was thinking about Wolverine for the Flash and just getting by on grit.
He can't catch him. What grit is he gonna have?
Been in a lot of wars, bub.
And then he got his medal taken out of him.
Well, the Flash can't take his medal out.
Well, he was yapping. That's why he lost to Magneto. He was too busy yapping.
He was too busy yapping.
Bro, shut up and stab him.
I do think I'm going to pick Doctor Strange, though.
That's fun. I like that. That's fun.
I do think I'm picking Doctor Strange.
It's fun, and I like it.
Who's your second person?
My second pick was Hal Jordan Green Lantern.
Oh, Jesus.
Because the most powerful version of Hal Jordan Green Lantern is absurd. But he rebuilt Ghost City from his mind.
That's fine.
That's fine. You haven't met U.S. Agent yet. You should pick Mephisto for him because he would just torment Hal again.
I was actually going to pick Mephisto.
That would be Hal would be like, no, I'm being tormented by a devil character again.
I think I could break him mentally with
I'm going to
Mephisto.
succumb again.
And that's really funny because my third character for Wonder Woman was going to be Ghost Rider.
Oh, the penance stare.
The penance stare
Against Wonder Woman?
She's got centuries, but does she feel bad about anything she's
That's
ever
what I'm
done?
saying. And again, her whole thing is she won't stop. She physically will not stop.
I mean, if the penance stare works, that could get her. If it works.
That's what I'm saying.
Because the Ghost Rider has tried to punish the penance stare on Venom before,
Yeah.
and it didn't work.
Yep. I feel like Wonder Woman doesn't care about. She's again like Thor, and that's why I should have left Thor.
I also don't think the penance stare has worked on the Punisher. I think he's tried it on the Punisher before, and I don't think it's worked.
That's just a will thing. That's just he's him. That's different. That's a different beast. That's a potent mix.
My demonic magic team.
Yeah, that is a demonic magic team. Jesus, you should. I'm telling you, you should pick Dormammu and you should have picked Doctor Strange, Dormammu, and Shumagorath as your three.
Because Doctor Strange. I don't know if Doctor Strange might be able to beat the Flash.
There's a very good chance. Yeah, the most powerful, like Strange after he sold his soul to the what's it called in Hickman's run of the Avengers turned into like a all god. So that's tough. What's the second matchup?
Well, assuming who's your second guy?
Hal.
He's probably beating Doctor Strange. If Doctor Strange gets through the Flash, then Hal's probably getting through Strange at that point.
Just which Strange, because Strange gets stupidly powerful.
True. I mean, I guess it really depends at that point. Like, how much juice did he use fighting the Flash? Probably quite a bit.
But I don't know if Doctor Strange operates in
Juice?
And right, like I don't think he operates that way.
He's just kind of sitting back.
Right, and like he could just kind of do it, and that's my fear is that he can just do whatever he wants.
True. He's got a lot of tricks. Yeah, full of tricks, wizard.
Right.
So are we saying that Doctor Strange clears Flash and Green Lantern and then loses to Wonder Woman? And then Wonder Woman's got to run the gauntlet?
And who better to run the gauntlet than Wonder Woman? Yeah, maybe my team just wins on the grid of Wonder Woman just being her.
Like Strange gets through the Flash and Green Lantern and then Wonder Woman like just
solos the three of them. Maybe that's what she was waiting for too. She wanted them to die so she could just solo the three of them. She's a psycho. Man, I wish I would have had Thor versus Wonder Woman. Now that's a fight.
That would have been a fun fight.
That's a fight.
Dang. That's a fun fight. Maybe it's just maybe the end like it's a draw. Like Wonder Woman's just so exhausted and then she just can't overcome Ghost Rider, but then Ghost Rider also can't overcome her, and they just beat each other down, and they're just like, yeah. And then they shake hands after.
Or they do the
Yeah. We get a good old double knockout.
That's fun. That's a tie.
That is a tie. So I guess we got to go one more.
Okay. I pick first?
No, I pick first.
Go ahead.
You talk first. I talk first.
Go ahead. Pick first.
Well, you're picking Superman, so.
Yeah, I was gonna say it truthfully doesn't matter what you do for this one because.
Now I'm picking Jesus.
No. Go ahead. Pick Jesus.
Superman's not fighting Jesus.
See what I have for that. Go ahead. Because I'll pull a guest character out too.
Are you gonna pick Superman?
I will, but I have a guest character if you pick Jesus.
I have a counter for Superman.
I have a counter for Jesus.
Because Because I do have a counter for Superman, and it's also a guest character who has canonically beaten Superman in a fight.
No, you're gonna pick Muhammad Ali.
All right, my first character is gonna be. Man, I feel like I can't pick this character going first because you can just find a counter for him, but also he's also him, so I can't not pick Magneto.
Okay.
I'm picking Magneto as my first character. My second character, I'm just going gun blazing here, and I'm picking Galactus.
Okay. Heard. Okay, so who'd you pick so far? You picked
Magneto
and
Galactus.
Them being somewhat of frenemies is hilarious to me.
And then, like I said,
as Marvel headcanon, I would be like, Magneto would go up there with Asteroid M.
Magneto's beating your first character with a speech. I don't care who it is.
Wait. I'm gonna test that theory.
He's getting speech to death. Or she.
Wait. He's outspeeching Reverse Flash?
Yes.
Because Reverse Flash just won't have anything that he's saying. Never again. I don't care. Why did you kill my mother? Because I hate you. Like, what is he gonna do?
And then, like I said, my third character is a character uniquely equipped to defeat Superman. A character that has defeated Superman. I'm going, you thought Galactus was big, and he is, but I'm picking Godzilla. So there you go.
Let's be for real. Let's be frickin' for real. Come on.
He's already beaten Superman.
Let's be for real. Let's be for real.
He's already beaten Superman.
Okay, who'd you pick? You picked
Magneto.
Okay.
Galactus.
Okay.
And Godzilla.
Perfect. I'm just gonna give you Superman, Supergirl, and Dr. Manhattan, and we'll be done with it.
You can't pick Dr. Manhattan.
Why not? It's a guest character.
I guess you can.
That's what I thought.
Godzilla's beating Dr. Manhattan.
No!
Also.
I should have picked Kong. No, I should have picked Mechagodzilla.
Godzilla.
I should have picked Ghidorah. I wasn't even thinking. That's how we should do it for the guest character. It has to be somebody from the confines of the guest character's universe. So if you were going to pick Jesus, I was going to pick God.
Ooh. How am I supposed to match up with Superman otherwise?
With God.
Fictional character God?
I will not comment. Oh, man. We all know who's winning this one.
Godzilla.
No, what's Godzilla gonna do?
No, Dr. Manhattan wins, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
By himself. He's on his own team.
Yeah. No, he chooses not to play. He just sits on the moon.
Oh, so you lose then. He forfeits.
No. He's still playing. I forced him to play. I gave him $5 and he said, I'm in.
He forfeits.
I told him, you're going to get a Chili's meal if you play.
You gave him $200.
He said, my weakness is Dr. Manhattan, Chili's. And he said, I'm in.
200 Earth dollars.
Just like Luke
Cage. For Dr. Manhattan.
200 Earth dollars to a man that can create anything and destroy anything.
He's like, ooh.
Ooh, $200.
Him and Venom can go gambling.
Why does he have a gambling problem in this third movie? I don't know what this third movie's about to be. That was fun.
That was fun.
Obviously, Dr. Manhattan soloing. Villains?
Huh?
Villains.
All villains?
All villains.
Okay. You want to go first?
Sure. Villains.
I still have one guest character left that is perfect for this one. And if you know anything about me, you know who I'm picking.
Also Kratos.
Also
Kratos. Villains, give me Sinestro, Cyborg, Superman, and General Zod.
Kryptonians.
Kind of wish I would have saved Darkseid.
All villains, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pick Apocalypse.
Oh, wait. No. What was the last person I said?
Zod.
Who did I say? Who did I say?
Cyborg, Superman.
Okay.
I don't remember who the first one was.
Zod and... Wait.
Oh, Sinestro.
Wait, I'm going back on all three of those. Hold on.
Repeat. Repicking.
Reverse.
He was on the character select screen, and then he promptly unselected all his
You only
characters.
get one of those, or your system crashes. Okay. Erase, reboot. I'm going back. Hold on. Give me Reverse Flash.
Yeah.
Give me Reverse Flash. I will stick with General Zod because Kryptonian. a guest villain from anywhere in fiction.
Doesn't have to be guest villain. You could pick another. You could pick Ares.
Why can't I pick Dr. Fate?
If you would have picked Ares, I would have picked Kratos again.
No, you can't. He can't come back.
Ragnarok Kratos.
Batman? No, I need somebody hilarious.
Ares.
A villain. Can I do God Emperor Doom?
No.
It doesn't work. You can't steal from my list. Isn't that the most villain thing to do, is steal from somebody else's list? Is the one above all a villain? That's not fair. I can't steal from the Marvel Universe. The hierarchy of power in the Marvel Universe is about to change.
You're just going to leave Black Manta on the sidelines?
He always was. Mr. Mixapitalik.
What?
Is that not good?
Can't you just say his name backwards and he explodes or whatever?
But no, not that. Wait, no. I think he has to say his name backwards. And why would he ever say his name backwards?
I don't know, but he always does.
He always does. And same thing for freaking, who's the other one that I'm thinking about that always does that crap?
Marcus? Marcus the Symbiote Centaur?
Oh, why do we always keep going back to Marcus? You know what? I'll keep it simple. I'll give you a normal villain. And I just need you to counter this villain. Freaking do, I don't know, Gorilla Grodd. That'll be fun.
Gorilla Grodd. Should have put him up against Godzilla.
Come on, stop. Let's get it out.
Alright, I'm still sticking with
I will make America Grodd again.
I'm still sticking with Apocalypse first.
Okay, he's gonna have to go up against Zod.
Ooh, Apocalypse. Apocalypse, I'm picking Thanos.
Thanos versus Reverse Flash would be...
That's a yap off.
It is a yap off. They won't even fight. They're just gonna sit there yapping.
And we're gonna... I mean, we'll go half on Thanos. We'll say he has half the Infinity Stones. Or two Infinity Stones.
2 Infinity Stones versus a guy that can time travel. That's fun.
Because I can't give him all the Infinity Stones.
Right.
Because he could just snap your team out of existence.
Unless Reverse Flash gets there first. That's why that matchup's fun.
Or he snaps half your team out of existence.
No, there's half Reverse Flash. He's hopping.
And then, I mean, I had to work this guy in at some point, and your villain's toss-up was the perfect opportunity, and I'm taking Sephiroth.
Dang. Against Grodd? That's just mean.
Sephiroth is killing Grodd.
That is so mean.
We're talking reality manipulation.
Wait, no, Grodd could just make him relive his trauma, and he'll be good.
He's fueled by his trauma.
No, he'll show him good memories, and he'll be like, oh, maybe I'm not the villain. Oh no, I'm gonna get Sephiroth to join my team, actually. It's a genius plan by Grodd.
I just feel like my team's winning.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Apocalypse by himself is a problem, and then Thanos.
Dude, no, I think if you want to use that logic that Apocalypse is a wait, do I have 3? Yeah, Zod versus Apocalypse. I mean, as powerful as Apocalypse is, you're still going up against a Kryptonian.
Yeah, but he's not the Kryptonian.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
He's not the other guy. I should have picked Muhammad Ali for the other one. What was Superman going to do in that case?
Get knocked out?
Get the beaters put on him.
That Reverse Flash versus Thanos fight would be all types of fun, because they wouldn't fight for like 2/3 of the movie.
You look like a Reverse Flash.
Death? Barely knew her. Y'all just yapping.
I was going to pick Death to counter Reverse Flash, because I know he's afraid of it.
Right. But again.
But also, is Death a villain?
What do you mean by that?
You know? Is Death really a villain? I mean, when you get into the absolute comically broken stuff that Sephiroth can do, he's truthfully probably beating everyone on your team.
Sure.
Like, he can stop time, he can cast spells, he can summon a giant meteor from space.
Yeah, fair.
And obliterate the planet. He
fair.
also can't die. He can be shredded down to a single atom and rebuild himself.
Fair. Fair. It's fair. One more fun one?
Another fun one? Alright. I'm just gonna go for team synergy here, and I'm gonna pick Iron Spider, Spider-Man, Venom, and Carnage.
Iron Spider, Venom, Carnage.
Yeah.
That's fun. You're doing team. Oh, I get to do my thing from earlier. I'm picking Mr. Freeze, Killer Frost, and Captain Cold.
I think my team's winning.
You want to use your Iceman point to this?
No, none of those cold people are as good as Iceman.
What? Killer Frost isn't an issue?
She's an issue. But I think Spider-Man can take her down. Unless she rizzes him. In which case, he's in danger.
And he's been known to be rizzed and be completely blinded.
Yeah.
So is Venom. Carnage, on the other hand, Carnage is
a psycho.
Captain Cold is gonna yap this man to death. He's gonna yap this man into sanity. It might work.
I don't think anyone could yap Carnage into sanity.
I don't know, man. Captain Cold is a king yapper.
He is. But he's also just a man with a cold gun.
Come on, don't do this. Don't do this to him.
Mr. Freeze is also just a man with a cold gun.
And where's Killer Frost? I'm putting emojis next to my whole team so I don't reuse them. Where's Killer Frost? Where'd you go? There she is. One last fun one.
This guy's having too much fun.
I am having fun.
All right, you go first this time.
Not main characters.
What does that mean?
So not main characters.
All right, yeah, I can do this.
Oh, okay, I got you. So Nightwing, Black Canary, and Supergirl.
Didn't you use Supergirl already?
No, I used Wonder Woman instead.
All right, I'm for not main characters.
Wait. Let me remix it. Do you have enough sidekicks on you? I don't think you have any sidekicks.
No, not really.
I'm gonna go Team Titans. All right, let's pick a team. Form a team from your universe. That's not the Avengers or that's not the Justice League. So you can make a team.
Like pull from a team?
Pull from it. They just have to be all on the same team.
I'm gonna pick Wolverine, Deadpool, and Psylocke.
Not fair.
X-Force. Good luck.
Yeah, that's fun. That's fun. So say it again.
Wolverine, Deadpool, and Psylocke.
Okay. I'm gonna pull Raven, Cyborg, and Starfire.
Dang. If you save Raven for last, you're probably winning.
Yeah, most powerful Raven. Even Cyborg is most powerful Cyborg is an issue to deal with.
Yeah.
Who's your three again? You said
Wolverine, Psylocke, and Deadpool.
Wolverine, Psylocke, Deadpool.
I have to save Deadpool for last.
Right. If you're saving Deadpool for last, I'm saving Starfire for last for comedic purposes.
Oh. But canonically, in a Marvel vs. Capcom 5, Deadpool can take the health bar from another character and beat them over the head with it.
I guess I'm saving Raven for last.
Just a couple of...
Because Raven would turn the health bar into like a death bar instead.
Just a couple of reality manipulators at work. Deadpool and Raven.
Right. Fun. That's a good one.
Been in a lot of wars, bub. The brave always die first.
Stop yet! Murder him! He's the planet!
Wolverine, you're made of metal bones.
My bones!
No, my metal bones.
My metal bones.
Who would have thought my metal bones would be a weakness against the guy that can manipulate metal bones?
Well, if it isn't the consequences for my own actions.
Speaking of metal bones, I should have done the all weird bones team. I could have picked.
Oh yeah, Marrow. You have Marrow.
I could have picked Wolverine X-23 and Marrow. Weird bones team.
One last. All right, you can reuse the character. You're doing your best Avengers versus your best Justice League.
You have Superman still.
And that's what I thought.
I'm picking Hyper War Machine.
Oh no!
I'm picking Golden Armor War Machine.
Okay, I'm putting together my best Avenger or my best Justice League.
None of my Avengers can beat Superman.
Think, man. Get creative.
How weak is he to magic?
He's not.
Because Doctor Strange.
Okay, I'm just putting together my best. Okay, let me just put together a Justice League team. 7 characters, fair?
7?
6?
Jesus.
6 or 7?
I guess 6.
Okay, perfect. We need like wait music.
Man.
Wow, this is tough.
All right, well, I think I have to use... if I'm doing Avengers, I pretty much have to go Black Panther, Captain Marvel, Doctor Strange, Hulk, Iron Man. I don't even know how many that was.
You picked Captain America?
He's there for the rah-rah, but he's really not there for the fight, is he?
No, him and Batman will punch for a bit.
Yeah, they'll just fight forever, for hours.
Right.
Somehow they're the last two standing.
They would be.
Just punching each other for hours.
Or Batman's just flipping a bunch because he can't outpunch Captain America.
He doesn't have the good old-fashioned American grit.
Yeah, but he's got Gotham. He's got darkness.
Yeah, I'm probably going Black Panther, Captain America, Captain Marvel, Doctor Strange, Hulk, Thor, and Iron Man.
That's 7.
That is 7.
I'll add one more. Hold on. Please hold. Okay.
And I'm picking specifically the Iron Man armor that's taken over by the symbiote.
What's so funny about that is you had a chance to take the Iron Man, like the God Celestial armor, but you said the symbiote armor is the one that does it for me.
Symbiote Extremist armor.
And I think that's hilarious.
That I just found about during recording this episode.
Insane. Did you put Hawkeye on that team?
No.
Yep. Good job. All right. If you're gonna do that, then I'm just gonna go Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Flash, Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter.
I mean, your team probably.
Oh wait! I picked one too many. Not Martian Manhunter. I'm going Zatanna as my 7th.
Your team probably wins.
I wonder why.
Although Zatanna and Doctor Strange is a fun little.
Oh, that's a
little duel. Doctor Strange probably out magics her, right?
He probably out wisdoms her at the end.
Probably takes her under his wing afterwards.
Oh no! Oh no!
No!
She just has to go to Kamar-Taj. Is Kamar-Taj like they should do a Marvel show just like they should do a Gen V version of the MCU show at Kamar-Taj.
This thing can breathe fire. Sorry, I'm reading about Extrembiote right now.
Stop! Cut it out. Get off Extrembiote.
This thing is cracked.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
He's currently Carnage.
Extrembiote? That's not fair.
It says current alias Carnage. Donny Cates also created this character.
Oh, jeez.
He's also called Iron Symbiote, Extreme Carnage, Extrembiote. Originally one of an army of symbiote dragons brought by the symbiote god Null. Oh, does it mean Extrembiote might show up in the
No, he's not going to be in the movie.
During his invasion of Earth, this symbiote was targeted by Iron Man when the Armored Avenger was attempting to collect a symbiote to save the life of Eddie Brock. Using a dose of the techno-organic virus Extremis, Iron Man attempted to rewrite the symbiote dragon's DNA to sever its connection. In the process of subduing the symbiote, the creature infused itself into Iron Man's Model 70 armor. Iron Man would then attempt to bond Eddie Brock to a portion of that symbiote, but that gambit failed since the symbiote remained connected to Null and Eddie Brock died. Great job, Iron Man. You killed Eddie Brock.
All right, we're ending it on a 1v1. Throw out a character on 3. 3, 2, 1. Dr. Fate.
I wasn't ready.
Crap.
I was going to say Dr. Doom, though, funny enough.
Dr. Doom versus Dr. Fate probably would be the funniest fight that you ever could have imagined in here.
Mr. Doctor.
Mr. Doctor.
Doctor?
It's Doom. It is going to be Doom for you. Dun, 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 dun.
Extrembiote, huh?
Cut it out. Get off the Extrembiote. We're done.
The Extrembiote wiki.
Read social medias, dude. We're out of here. That was fun.
That was fun.
That was the most kid-like we got to be. That was a good time.
Yeah, we were just smashing action figures together.
That was great.
Because at the end of the day, none of this matters.
But I'm here because it's my job.
Yeah.
The city's flying.
All right.
I'm picking John Stewart Green Lantern.
The best Green Lantern. He is the best Green Lantern.
Did Guy Gardner die? Just kidding. Everybody hates Guy Gardner. Even Guy Gardner hates Guy Gardner a little bit.
Step back and
we didn't use grid. No.
Step back and peep the light show. Green Lantern's got this.
Annihilated.
Pummeled. He didn't even get like regular attacked by those parademons. They just jumped him.
They did just jump him. That was personal. That was
they just jumped him and pumped and punched him.
You didn't even do like
MODOK?
No, you could have done Aquaman versus Namor. Raven versus Mephisto would be fun. I'm just thinking now. Lex Luthor versus
the Super Scroll?
No. Lex Luthor versus Black Widow? No.
Lex Luthor versus Magneto, and he just gets crunched. Power armor, eh? Crunch.
Black Manta versus Black Panther?
Huh?
Just the Atom versus Ant-Man? Nightwing versus Jubilee?
Nightwing versus Silver Samurai?
Why was he in X-Men 97? And he was in there twice.
I don't know. All right, we gotta go, man.
Batgirl versus Star-Lord.
You can follow us on Twitter at @ProjectINF_pod. You can follow us on Facebook. You can follow us on YouTube, where you can find all our episodes posted the same day, same time that they're posted on all your major podcasting platforms, including Apple and Spotify. You can follow us on Instagram.
Cheetah versus Groot. Oh, at the Project Infinite Pod.
Swamp Thing versus Groot.
Oh, Swamp Thing solos. I mean, not solos. He clears easily.
Yeah. Next week we're gonna talk about Agatha all along. Finally.
Yeah. Yeah. Talk some more Emmys.
Talk some more symbiotes.
No, I'm actually cutting you off from Symbiote Talk. You're not allowed.
I've fallen too deep.
You have.
I've gone too deep into the symbiote hole. Wait till you hear all the stuff I got on Extreme Biote after we get off the air.
They might give you the Extreme Biote comic to do after that. Let's get out of here.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm still reading about things.
Stop it.
I have so many. He's got a cleansing beam.
Excuse me.
Because he has the Iron Man armor. Yeah, Agatha all along next week.
Goated.
From me,
careful, careful, man.
From the man, from the There's so many here. Hang on. The Extreme Biote of the podcast.
No,
I'm kidding.
No.
From the there's so many characters here. Dang. From the Firestorm of the podcast. We didn't use Firestorm.
Which Firestorm?
All of them?
That was the correct answer.
Surprised we didn't use Firestorm. Firestorm's cool.
I was thinking about putting him on my Justice League roster. They're just too mentally unstable.
And anatomically unstable as well.
All right. Let's get out of here, man. That was it. That's the one. Who's the most Marvel unstable the Punisher.
You don't even have to think about that.
Onslaught, maybe? Because the dual personality thing?
I could have used Onslaught.
No, I mean Onslaught versus Firestorm.
Oh, I mean Onslaught's killing Firestorm.
I'm surprised you didn't use Silver Samurai.
What was he doing on that rooftop?
I don't know.
What was he doing?
They showed him twice.
They did show him twice. All right. We're getting out of here.
I can't believe you used Colossus. Insane pull.
I know.
And he got annihilated.
He did fine.
No, he didn't. He was brutally murdered.
No. He did fine.
No, he didn't. You didn't use Blackheart.
2 or 3 moments.
If you pulled that version, he's dead. He's dead.
Yeah, he got beat up by Gina Carano.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, yikes. All right, guys, we'll see you next week for Agatha All Along and some more Symbiote talk.
No more
Symbiote Corner next week.
Don't usurp my Philip Corner with Symbiote Corner.
All right, guys, goodbye.
Peace.